was kind of hard. I mean, trying to choose the people who's going to raise your kid is not the easiest thing to do. But I did want to open adoption. I wanted her to know who I am. I want her to know she has two moms and that she is loved by me.
And open adoption was not something that I really knew a lot about. And then, my own experience, we don't really know. We've never met my birth mother. So it was something that I was cautiously optimistic about. And it was something that it had a little bit of anxiety to go along with it. But on the whole, I was looking forward to it because I knew from my own experience that I would like to meet my birth mother at some point.
I thought there's no way I can ever do open adoption. Like, this is insane. Even though I heard at the seminar that it really is the best for everyone and that it works out well, I just thought I just can't even imagine. I can't imagine I'm not going to be best friends with a birth mom. Never going to happen. For us now, though, open adoption is amazing. Like, I think it's the best thing that ever happened to us. Like I said, I didn't know when we were getting Annie that we were going to get the gift of Tiffany also. The day I received the phone call was December 21st, 2010. I remember it because it was my granddaddy's birthday, who had just died a year before. And I was finishing up my lunch at my desk at work, and I thought I had all of Deaconess's phone numbers flagged in my phone with the alert ring, that brah, brah, that one. And I didn't, because Catherine called me from her cell phone. But I didn't recognize the number, and I thought I should probably pick this up. And so when I did, she was like, "Melissa, it's Catherine from Deaconess. How's it going?" or something like that. And she was starting to say all the things that I knew meant that it was the call. And so I jumped up from my desk, and my knees were shaking, and I ran outside my office building. And about the time she was saying, "I have someone very special that wants to talk to you," and Tiffany got on the phone, and she said, "My name's Tiffany, and I am due with the baby girl in February, and I want her to have a mom and dad, and I want you to be her parents." And the whole time in my head, I'm like, do not act crazy, don't freak out. And I immediately started crying hysterically, and I think I said thank you 1.7 billion times. And it was the most awkward phone call I've ever had in my life, but I love it. And I mean, it's still burned in my memory till this day.
The first time I met Tiffany was, we met for dinner with Catherine, and it was just kind of surreal, the knowing what she was about to do for us, and also what we were going to do for her. It was just, it was an incredible experience. I mean, the dinner was just a complete blur, but at the same time, it was just a really incredible conversation that we had with someone that, on one hand, we barely knew, yet we were thrust into this very intimate relationship with.
I mean, I was really nervous in the beginning, really shy and worried about if I made the right choice for my daughter. And we met at McAllister's, and it was just like instant relief. Like, as soon as I seen them and just how happy they was and how loving they was, I just instantly knew I made the perfect decision.
And then after Annie was born, we kept her in our room with us. But, I told Tiffany, anytime you want her, you let me know. And every time she wanted to see Annie, she wanted to see us too. So we really tried. I really tried hard as it was for me, just learning from the seminar, to give her some alone time with Annie. But she wanted us down there and wanted to build a relationship with us too. And so I feel like that was one of the sweetest times of just building our relationship, was during our stay at the hospital.
It was amazing because Rob and Melissa was in the room with me. They never left my side. They was awesome about being there for me, which is one of the reasons why I really enjoyed, they made the hospital visit so much easier. So I got her for the first 3 days before she left. The hardest part of the hospital visit was watching them drive away with her.
Becoming a dad was kind of, it didn't really dawn on me until later that, this little girl that had just been born was going to be my daughter. It was just one of those things that I don't know that it dawned on me until probably the next day, but it just blew me away.
I mean, I just remember looking and thinking, like, this is my daughter and she's giving her to me. And it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around, really. But just, pure joy and excitement because I had waited for a long time, and just really grateful for the way God worked everything out for us. And I mean, at that time, even, we still barely knew Tiffany. And so I didn't even expect to have the relationship that we have with her. I didn't realize at the time, not only was I getting a daughter, I was getting Tiffany too.
The type of relationship I have with the adoptive parents and Annie is amazing. I see them on weekend or on holidays and on my birthday, and her birthday, Mother's Day. They always text me pictures of her. I have videos from them of her riding her first bike and her songs, and it's amazing. I couldn't ask for anything better.
We just feel like she's part of our family, and we text a lot. We see each other for birthdays and holidays, and she comes to Annie's birthday parties, and I just can't imagine life without her involved in it. Sometimes people ask us if having an open adoption is confusing for Annie. In fact, our own family members sometimes, I don't think, still understand it. They're getting better. But, we just say that no, it's never been a secret in our family from the very beginning. We've just always talked about adoption. We have, told Annie who Tiffany is every time we've seen her. Now she knows. Most importantly, I think that we just make sure that Annie knows the story is hers to tell.
An open adoption was never anything that we tried to hide. Even from my own experience, my parents never hid the fact that I was adopted. So the fact that Annie knows her birth mom, I think just makes it that much more special.
The best part of my adoption story is how amazing my daughter turned out, how athletic she is, how much fun they have, how happy she is, and how happy she makes them. I would go through all this again if the circumstances were still the same. The family is amazing. She has an amazing life, and I wouldn't trade it for nothing.